Cheez-It Bowl next up, Oklahoma and Florida State in Orlando, Camping World Stadium. We've got Florida State 7.5-point favorites, 65-66 being the total in this game. Florida State was one of the teams down the stretch that was playing some of their best football, no question. It was very impressive to see the finish to the season from Florida State. There are a couple players that have hit the transfer portal in the secondary, Sam McCall, Sidney Williams. But Florida State ended the season very, very strong, winning their last 5 games, 5-0 straight up, 4-1 against the spread. We talked about 2 coaches in the last game, Minnesota-Syracuse, where Fleck and Dino Babers have good bowl track records, ATS, not Mike Norvell for Florida State. Winless against the spread in bowl games. So he has not done well here in bowl games in the past, something maybe you do want to keep in the back of your mind if you're considering laying the 7.5 here with the Seminoles in this game. As far as the matchup goes, this is Brent Venables, his first year, which has obviously been a tumultuous one. I mean, 6-6 is not the kind of season Oklahoma expects, but yet that's what they had this year, thanks to a defense that, for the most part, this season was just absolutely pathetic. 120 in the country, total yards allowed, 108th in the country in both passing yards per game and rushing yards per game allowed. So it's one of those games where you've got to think Florida State's got a good chance to do whatever they want offensively. We just saw Oklahoma, by the way, give up 51 in their season finale. That loss to Texas Tech as well. So it's just been a rough year defensively. It's for a guy that's a defensive-minded head coach in Brent Venables, that's his background. You've got to think that's disappointing. And you just got to hope that maybe when he gets more of his starters on defense, more of his recruits in there, you're going to see it improve as time goes on. But, as far as this bowl game goes, I think Florida State was the side I'm eyeing. I got to admit, I'd lean to lay in the points in spite of that Norvell 0-4 ATS bowl track record, but that track record does bother me. Laying more than a touchdown, a coach that clearly has a past history of failing to get it done, at least from a point spread perspective in bowl games. But total definitely seems reasonable. I think Florida State can get theirs. And I think Oklahoma can score too. Let's not forget that as bad as their defense has been this year, the offense is certainly a capable group. No question about that. And when you look at it in terms of this bowl game, Eric Gray has opted out. That's the main loss, but looks like everybody's healthy. Dylan Gabriel is expected to play in this bowl game at quarterback. So I think there's a reason to expect the Sooners to put up points as well. So the over could get there in this one. Plus the heat and humidity of Florida in December. I know it's December, but the humidity can get really bad there in the late or in the winter months as well. You kind of feel it even more sometimes than you do in the summer. So the over could get there as the defenses wear down late in the game. What do you think here, Conor? Oklahoma, Florida State.
Yeah, I got to lean a little bit here to Florida State. I think the most improved, their offense was good with Travis came back, but I thought their defense played really, really well down the stretch. I know the Florida game got into a back and forth, and that might happen here in this bowl game. I think there'll be some points. Oklahoma, on the other hand, just a rough year. Seems like just kind of a throwaway. See if Venables can do anything going forward from recruiting and that. I don't love this because I don't love it's over a touchdown here. With Florida State, you mentioned the track record too with Norvell. So yeah, I'm off this early too. Another thing, Oklahoma in one-score games weren't good this year. I was going through that last night. I think they were 0-5. And I don't know how they stopped Florida State's running game here. So if you can get over that touchdown, I mean, it's Florida State here, for me right now or nothing.